Every child dreams of being a part of the space program, and now, thanks to the HUNCH program, that dream is a reality. This year, Cypress Woods High School participated in the HUNCH programs. These programs include Build to Print, Design and Prototyping, and Implementation.
Well, last year I was assigned to work on the galley table for the astronauts. This table is used to bring all the astronauts together because we have the Japanese, we have the Russians, we have the British people, and then we have our people, and then we have other people come up, and we all work together. And this galley table will be in our kitchen.
Well, they asked us to grid the fabric and sew it, and put it together so we can make a model for the crew quarters. There we go, that's the word. Yeah.
They asked us to create a meal that would be able to be prepared here on Earth and then be able to be sent into space safely and according to the regulations.
The design part of it is mainly all we do. There was a group of 4 of us and I was one of them. We did a lot of designing for changes that need to be made to the strut and double ball clamp.
With a project of this size, students are bound to have challenges.
Some of the challenges were that Lily moves at a very fast pace. She knows a lot of things, and I didn't have any prior information. I had to pick it all up at a very, very fast pace.
I came no, the food could not be wet. It had to have a certain amount of nutrition so that they could be healthy in space when they can't use their muscles or anything. So they have to eat well.
The bias taping. We do taping on the edge, which is really precise that you have to make sure it closes together, and sometimes it just wouldn't close too right.
Whether it's designing or building, students are excited about their accomplishments.
But it was definitely you become more aware of how difficult, basically how difficult it is to send anything up into space, and you learn more about space, there's the travel going up into space, everything they have to prepare for. Even food takes hours and hours just to prepare and to send into space.
Getting to have the experience meeting real deadlines and having to communicate with the design team has probably been what I've liked best.
I really liked it. I thought it was really cool to be able to say that I worked with NASA and that we got to make a mock-up of something that they really use up in space, and it was really a neat experience.
I liked knowing that the stuff that I was working on, the stuff that I was touching, was going to be up in space, and astronauts are going to be working with that. I'll probably receive photos of all the astronauts around the table, and I think that's really rewarding.
As another year closes, the Cypress Woods students give advice to future HUNCH participants.
I would definitely do it because it's a great opportunity. Like they said before, NASA is a huge name, and it's wow, in high school I already did something with NASA. And it's a really good way to get the most out of your year in fashion.
For the future, it's really inspired me to take that extra initiative to do even better in school than I'm currently doing, because when you put that down on your resume or college application, that's huge.
You have to be ready to adapt and change to their regulations, because it's kind of strict, but it's there for a reason. So you have to, if you really wanted to make something for them, you have to be prepared to adapt your recipe and change it a little, even though you might not want to.
I would say it's one of the best things you could ever do. I'm getting experience that college students don't even have. I know how to use Mastercam. I get to work on industrial machines, and I get to talk with engineers and people who actually work in the field. So I'm prepared, and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I think that's very rewarding to be able to have this experience.
And also, it's just kind of cool to think that you're doing stuff that actually affects people somewhere else that you never are going to meet, but it affects them so much.